Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Shadowmoor and the last boss. Mainly we're just going to be talking about the last boss and how to do the mechanics. So in this boss there are a total of 4 roles that you need to do. There will be the tank, which is Kusamo. He will just run in and tank the boss, and that's all he has to do. That's his main job. I'm going to be doing the curse, which will create the dark zone. Then there's Nopix over here, who is going to be the person who connects with me in order to cut the tentacles. And then there's Shuck over here, whose job is to spawn the tentacles and bait the tentacles. As for the other 2 people, which will be Peach over here and Ironwing over here, they just want to stay close to the boss and DPS it the entire time. So we're going to start the boss over here. And now right at the beginning, until 80%, it's a regular fight. You can just DPS. This is his rotation. He's going to do the tentacle stuff, and he's going to do a middle slam. However, what you need to pay attention as a range class is this. As a range class, this is the attack that you need to pay attention to. He's going to wind up his stupid barrel thingy and hit the ground, and it's going to create a shockwave, which will hit the middle, and then it's going to do the donut effect. It's going to hit the middle ring, and then it's going to hit the outer side, and that's how this attack goes. So when this attack happens, just make sure that you either iframe it or you move in. So you wait until the inner explosion blows up, and then you just walk forward. But in my case, since I'm the curse has to be the furthest target in order to get it. So I usually just iframe it. So we're going to see here. See, now, boom, that's the middle donut effect. So you can either iframe it or you can get knocked up by it. But I recommend iframing. And the most outer ring blows up. And then he repeats the entire combo right after. So what you need to do is just DPS him. He's just going to repeat the same combo until 80%. However, if you don't DPS him fast enough to 80%, he has another rotation which is not shown in this video. Is he will jump to the furthest target. So since I am standing at 15 meters over here, I will be the furthest target. So the boss will jump on me and will pick me up. And then if my team doesn't stun the boss, then I'll get thrown across to the other side. And you don't want that because you'll take a lot of damage, and it's also not good to be thrown around. But you don't see that in this video because I'm in a high DPS party and we just kind of burst him down. So boom, 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 boom. So at 80%, mech phase will start. Every time mech phase starts, he's going to do the same attack. He's going to jump into the middle, it's going to cause the shockwave, and then again it's going to be the donut attack. It's going to be the inner, then the middle, then the outer. It's always going to be like that. So you see here, boom. You can iframe it with your E if you're a summoner, so there's no problem there. And then right after that, it's going to say right here that a captain selects a target to curse. He will always select the furthest target. So since I am standing at 15 meters, I am the furthest target, and he will target me. And he's going to shoot this little gooey thing at me, as you can see. Boop. And now I have the curse. You can see that this little goo thing on top of my head, that is the curse. And so what I need to do is, in the next couple of seconds, he's going to pull everyone into him, and he's going to spawn a random pool. He could either spawn it there, here, or here. And depending on where he spawns the pool, I need to get to the opposite side. Because when I create the dark zone, if it hits any of these pools, it will wipe the party. So now we're going to see that happen. You can see that over here, he spawned the pool over there. So I need to get to the other side to create the dark zone like that, so that it doesn't touch the pool. So if I stay on this side, the boss will look at me and he'll create a dark zone like this, which will touch the black pool and which will wipe the party. So when he does his suction attack, what I need to do is quickly tab escape, and then I need to dash across to this side over there so that the dark zone doesn't touch this thingy-majig. And that's really it. So let me show you here. Immediately I tab escape and I start running. If you are a summoner, you can use your heal, your huzzah, to get the 60% speed boost, and it's super easy to get to the other side. So voila, I'm on the other side. And once you're on the other side, you can see that the boss has targeted me and he has created the dark zone. So you can see that he's charging up to create the dark zone, and it's going to create it like this. Boom. So now that the dark zone has been created, only I can stay in the dark zone because I have the curse. If I go to the other side, to the safe zone, I will die. And likewise, if people in the safe zone come into the dark zone, they will also die. So you can see here, we're attacking. And now is the part where Shuck does his role, spawning the tentacles. So what happens is right after the dark zone is created, I need to stand as close as possible to the boss because the boss will target the furthest person and mark them to create the tentacles. So in this case, Shuck is the furthest person. So now he's going to spawn the tentacles. Make sure that these tentacles do not overlap each other. These tentacles will come out of the black puddles. So you can see over here, this is the random one that was spawned. And you can see that there's a gray circle around him and he's about to spawn the second one. In the first phase, you only spawn one tentacle, and in the second phase, you spawn two tentacles. You can see here, boom, Shuck has now spawned the second pool, so there are now two pools, and soon tentacles will come out and be like, and like, you know, attack stuff. And the tentacles will always attack the person who spawns them. So since Shuck is the person who spawns them, all these tentacles, when they come out, they're gonna be like, oh look, it's Shuck, and they're gonna attack him. So Shuck, as the tentacle baiter person, he needs to run that way. He needs to go away from me and Nopix, because soon me and Nopix are going to get connected by a laser beam sort of thing, and Nopix's job is to use this laser beam to cut the tentacles. So let's see here. So you're going to see that the tentacles are attacking Shuck, so make sure that whoever spawns the tentacles does not stand near us. If he stands near us, then the tentacles will smash us and then we will get destroyed, and it sucks. So, you know, make sure that whoever spawns the tentacles stands away from the people who are doing the laser. And for the people who are doing the laser, you always want to stand where the RNG pool spawns. So this one was the RNG pool, and that one was the one that Shuck spawned. The main reason for this is because after you cut the RNG pool and cut the one that you manually spawn, you're going to be relatively in the middle of the map. The moment you cut all the tentacles, me and Nopix both need to SS the other direction to break the laser beam. Once we break the laser beam, we will automatically swap places. But the moment we swap places, again, there's like a couple seconds, but I mean, just to be safe, we like to do it in the middle, because the boss will cast another half circle curse zone. So you want Nopix, or you want whoever cuts the tentacles, to be relatively in the middle, so that when we swap places, we don't spawn the death zone in some random janky place. And this drawing is beautiful. I'm freaking artist. Let's continue. So you're going to see here that, first of all, he's going to start wiggling his tentacle thing, and he's going to shoot this regular basic attack here first. So as the curse, I want to avoid this, so usually I'll stand at the side a little bit, and then right after this attack, he's going to shoot a big AoE around me, which will connect us. So this big AoE has to hit me and Nopix in order to connect us. If it only hits me, then there will be no laser beam to connect us. So you're going to see here that I dodged that, and then right after that, I'm standing next to Nopix, and you can see that he's shooting this purple thing over here that will hit me and will do this big AoE. Sometimes there is a glitch where you do not see how big the AoE is, so you can see that during this rotation, the first phase, I don't see the AoE. However, I'm going to draw it out, it's around that big. So just make sure that you're standing close enough to the person that you're connecting with. So boom, you can see the moment that it hit me, it bounced off and hit Nopix, and now me and Nopix are connected with this laser. If you have characters hidden, you will not see this laser. You might want to have characters shown just for this part, or you might want to have someone call out. So in my party, I usually tell Nopix, oh, we're connected, and then Nopix will start going on his way to cut the tentacles. So you'll see that here it is, there's that red laser beam over here. What you want to pay attention is the moment you're connected, he will use this blockable punch attack. So if you don't block this attack or iframe this attack, you'll go flying that direction, and it will suck, because then Nopix won't be able to cut the tentacles without breaking the laser beam. So you're gonna see here that now we just run, you see the moment we cut the tentacle, it kind of disintegrates and dies. So that's the reason why we start over here, because by starting here, we're running towards the middle, and we finish cutting both tentacles, and we're exactly in the middle of the arena. So now, when Nopix and I SS to break the chain, we will both switch places and still be in the middle of the arena. And when the boss targets Nopix and casts his Dark Zone again, it's just gonna overlap on the existing Dark Zone and not kill anyone on the safe zone. So we're gonna see that now. You see, the moment that we SS, Nopix is a little bit faster with the gunner because he can hook. So you see that my SS was a bit late, but it worked out. So the next thing that happens, now that me and Nopix have switched placed, you'll notice that I do not have the curse mark anymore. However, you'll see over here that I have this white looking icon. This white looking icon lasts for 20 seconds, and if I do not step on these two puddles in the next 20 seconds, I will die. So I need to step on these two puddles ASAP. But 20 seconds is a lot of time. As you can see here, I think I get hit by this attack. You see, like, I get knocked down by this attack and I kind of lie down there. I'm like, oh, help me, can't get up. But it's no big deal, you see? The rest of your party over here is waiting for his CC bars to open. The moment his CC bars open, you need to stun. Because what happens is the boss will grab whoever is the cursed target, so it's Nopix in this case, and Nopix's HP will rapidly go down. So you have to stun him very fast or else the curse mark will die. If the curse mark dies, it is a wipe. After we stun the boss, then we continue on, and now is the 3 donut attack. He's gonna do a outer ring, a middle ring, and then an inner ring explosion. During this phase, he's gonna shoot another purple beam. Like, remember when it was me and Nopix over here, and then I had to dodge the thing that he shot at Nopix, and then I had to get hit by the big one to connect the laser beam with Nopix. He's gonna do the exact same thing again, but to the new curse target, which is Nopix. So he's going to shoot Nopix with that big connecting thing, and it needs to hit another ally. This is why everyone in my party is grouped up right next to the boss, and Nopix is standing here so that it's guaranteed that when he shoots that big AoE, it's going to hit at least 2 targets and connect them. And then the way that we do it is everyone SSs this way while Nopix SSs that way. That way we can break the chain. The moment the second ring explodes, both the tank and Nopix, or the mark, need to SS out. And we're going to see that in slow motion here. So you can see that the middle one is about to explode and that he is casting his curse zone over here. So the curse zone, if it hits the cursed target, they will die. However, by SSing and by breaking this chain, the curse will be transferred over to the person in the safe zone, which is Shock, and thus Nopix will stay alive. So you're going to see here, you can see that the moment that the outer one blew up, they both broke that chain, and you'll see that the curse was on Shock instead, and thus no one dies. And you can see right after he does his 3 donut attack, he's going to do the room-wide AoE attack, and he's going to hit the ground 5 times. Usually we would have a Force Master here with a Frost Sheath. However, in this case, we had 3 Wardens, 2 Summoners, and a Gunner, so it wasn't the ideal party. But what we do is we party stealth 3 attacks, or we just iframe. It's every person for themselves here. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right after that, it's back to regular. It's back to regular phase again, like at the beginning of the fight, until 40%. So the mech phase is 80% and at 40%. Those are the 2 phases when mechs start. So at 40%, it's the exact same thing, except he spawned 2 tentacles. So there'll be a total of 3 tentacles, and the mechanics are exactly the same. So we're gonna see here that again, since I am the cursed mark, I'm going to stand all the way back here. It's 40% again, and at 40%, right when mech phase starts, the boss is going to jump up into the air, slam into the ground, hit the inner circle, then the middle circle is going to explode, and then the outer circle is going to explode. The same donut attack. We're going to see that here. Boom, boom, and boom. Then he's going to select me as cursed because I'm the furthest target. I'm going to stand here. And right when he does his suction attack, he will spawn the pool. This pool is always RNG. It could spawn here, it could spawn there, it could spawn there, or it can spawn there. So you just need to be quick on your feet if you are the cursed mark. So over here, you're going to see that as the cursed mark, I need to run to the other side because I want to create the dark zone over there so that it doesn't touch the pool, so that we don't wipe. So over here, you see, I tab escape, I run, and I heal myself to get the speed boost, and boom, I create the dark zone. So once I create the dark zone, again, me and Nopix always want to start at where the RNG pool is. So Nopix and I are going to stand around here. Well, like you can't see that X, but around here to connect the laser so that we can cut all those tentacles. You're going to see that, blah de blah de blah de blah. And keep in mind, the person who spawns these pools is the furthest person. So make sure that even if you are curse mark, you stand close to the boss, and whoever's in the safe zone, if you're not doing this mech, just stand close to the boss, because you want to spawn the tentacles relatively close to the boss in order to make everyone's life easier. So you're going to see here again, he's going to spawn tentacles, but this time he spawned 3, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. So what's going to happen is me and Nopix are going to get connected by the laser. Nopix is going to go around here and then cut all the tentacles. But keep in mind that as a gunner, you cannot hook past them. If you hook past a tentacle, the laser will not register and will not cut the tentacle. You have to physically walk past each tentacle. You can hook towards the tentacle, but in order for the laser to actually cut the tentacle, you have to walk past it. I think it's the same with the Force Masters with their Q and E, but just keep that in mind. So again, he's going to wiggle his arms and he's going to shoot an AoE at Nopix. So you can see here that there's this red AoE. I do not want to get hit by this. I want to stand around here just a little bit to the side. So you can see here that I got hit and now I'm dazed. And now he's going to shoot me with this big circle. So you can see this time, in the first phase, we did not see this indicator. However, in the second phase, we did. So this is just a visual bug that sometimes shows, sometimes doesn't show. It's meant to show you this circle. However, sometimes it doesn't because I don't know why, the game, you know. So you can see how big the circle is. Just make sure that whoever you're connecting to is within the circle. So you can see that Nopix and I are both within the circle, so it will connect us with the laser. The moment we are hit by this attack, we will get connected, and you will see that now there is this fancy little laser beam next to us. So now Nopix can go cut the tentacles. And right after we're connected, remember that the boss will use this AoE push attack. You need to either block it or you need to iframe it. If you don't, you lose a lot of time and the chances of wiping is extremely high. So you see, now we're connected. We cut the tentacles, but you can see that since our placement was not as good as before, we have 1, 2, and 3. And then so the moment we cut this one, we kind of sort of need to get back to the middle before SSing. It's not a necessity, but it's a quality of life thing. What we can do is also we can SS diagonally. Like he could SS that way and I could SS this way, and then thus we both end up in the middle, and it'll also break the chain. You really want to be in the middle when you switch because it just makes life easier. So you'll see there we switch immediately because Nopix called that he was a gunner. Once he switched places there, he'll just hook to the middle. And as for me, it doesn't matter because I'm a summoner and I'm just there to stand on the puddles. So again, once we switch positions, I need to step on these 3 puddles. And again, I only have 20 seconds to do so. So let's see that now. I'm going to walk over, I'm going to step on the puddles, yay! And while I'm stepping on the puddles, keep in mind, the boss's CC bars will open. So everyone here needs to stun the moment his CC bars open or else Nopix will die. So you can see that Nopix got grabbed by the boss and we stunned the boss, he drops Nopix and we're good again. So once more, he's going to do his 3 donut attack. It's going to be the outer, the middle, and then the inner explosion. And then the moment the middle one goes off, both Nopix and Shuck, or whoever's connected with Nopix, needs to SS the opposite direction, or else one of them will die. So we're going to see that here. This one, that's the outer one, about to go off. Now the middle one is charging up, it's about to go off. As you can see over here, Shuck, he SS too early. The middle ring over here has not exploded yet, and he already SS. So you're going to see that the moment he and Nopix switch places, Shuck will die because he SS too early. So you see there, the moment they both SS'd, and then you can see that Shuck has now switched places with Nopix. And then Shuck will die, as you can see over here that he has died. So, you see, pop, he's dead. So you just need to pay attention that you need to time that SS right. Both people who get connected by the laser have to SS right as the second explosion goes off. And then right after that, again, he's going to use the 5 room-wide AoE attacks. So you just Frost Sheath it or use your party iframe or whatever you have to stay alive. So you're going to see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is it for mechanics. After that, he's just going to rinse and repeat the rotation that he did at the very beginning of the fight. And that is it. He won't do anything else special. So you just keep DPSing the boss and you wait until he dies. So I'm going to let you guys see to the end because something special drops. So boom. And you can see that we got our legendary. And voila. The Imperial Ring dropped for us, which was a very nice run. Thank you for watching the video. Hope it helped, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the healing?